Good day everyone, I am Vijay from iTech Controls India Private Limited. So in this video tutorial, we'll be looking into customizable login credentials. Well, we already know about the securities. So where in securities we might be using a username, a password and a level, which actually is predefined and which is built in the HMI software itself. Whereas in this session, I'll be explaining you how to create a page based on a script and how we can create our own username and password which can be handwritten by ourselves. So in this is a simulator which I opened. It's a replica of the page on the back side. So the end result will be in this way. I have created a page, registration page, where I have used 4 different usernames and passwords with different levels. Then in the login page, I have to enter username and password. Based on that, our level will be defined, which is again used in the registration page which we have defined earlier. Like this is level number 1, 2, 3 and respectively. So here I have entered a username which is GHIJ and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see here in the registration page, GHIJ and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is of level number 3. So that's why we have come to a conclusion that it's a level number 3. Then let's say I'm entering GHIJ K at the last. So according to this, the username should be GHIJK, password should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and level should be 2. So let us just click on the login and level will be changed. So regardless of length or GHIJ is a part of GHIJK, the levels have been defined. So for this we are using script. So let us move on to the designing part. To save time, I have already designed screen over here. I will be explaining you what are the devices which I've used. Just click on view and part name. So I've taken 2 different character inputs for username and password. For login I have used bit button. Then to show the display of the status, whether its login is successful or username is incorrect or password is incorrect, so for that I have used message switch. Then just to showcase which level we are at, so for that I have used numerical input. This is only for testing purposes. Later on it is not at all required in this page. So just for our testing purposes, for your understanding, I am displaying this numerical input. Then I have taken 2 different pages for levels, level 1 and level 2. So this is screen switching button. So here I have given an access, trigger condition, until unless I am at specific level, this button should not be accessible enough. In the registration page, I have taken all the username and passwords as character inputs and levels as numerical inputs. Well, for character input of username, I have considered digits of only 9 for this example, but we can go more than that as well. So the starting register which I have taken here is LKR 200 till 204. Altogether 5 registers are consumed here, including null. Similarly, for password also same 9 register 9 ASCII to show here, right? I'll show you the addresses which I have considered for this example. So I have taken keep register. All register which I've used here are internal HMI touchscreen built-in registers and bits. Like you can see, LM is an internal bit of the touchscreen. LDR and LKR are internal registers of touchscreen as well. Okay, so for the registration pages, I have considered LKR starting from LKR 10 till LKR 19. 10 to 14 is for username, 15 to 19 is for password. So LKR 1 is for the level. Similarly, you can see what I have considered here. So you can design as per your requirement. This is my own way of considering the registers. Then LM1 I have used as a trigger for this script. So whenever I click on login, that is LM1 is been switched on. It's a momentary input. So with the help of that, I am making script number 4 executable, right? So here I have considered, click on edit. I have used script number 4. I'll show it a little later. Then in trigger condition, I have used LM1, which is a login. So moving on to the script. So I have considered script number 4. You can consider script number 1 as well. In global script, again, we have to mention script number 1. Since I've considered script number 4 over here, that's why in the global script, I've taken script ID as 4. Okay. So moving on to the script manager, script, edit. So this complete script I'll be explaining you in a notepad format, so it's quite easy to understand in that format. Let me just minimize. Okay, let me just minimize this. Right. So first things first, whenever I'm entering the values here, I'm actually registering the username and password. So LKR 10, 20, 30, 40, till again I'm considering 4 registers, 9 ASCII, that means 5 registers are consumed. So LKR 10 till 14, 15 till 19 is for the password, LKR 1 is for the level. So initially I'm neglecting this because that's for testing purpose only. What I've done here, LDR3, which is login successful, username incorrect, password incorrect. This message display. So here LDR0 represents nothing, whereas if LDR3 is 1, that means this login is successful. LDR1 is 2, then it's a wrong username. If LDR3 is 4, that's a wrong password. So basically what is happening here, in LDR we are passing BCD values, that means 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. So this goes on this way, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, so it goes on. Whenever there's a value of 1 in LDR3, so this message is split login successful. If it is 2, then username. 4, that's wrong password. So you can see in the script here, LDR4, LDR3 is 4, LDR3 is 4. In else condition, you will find LDR3 is 2, 2, right? So this is how it happens. So LDR3 is 1 here, that is login is successful. Then moving on to the next level, that is string lengths. So here we are just considering the string length over here. Username, I'm just taking the string, the value which I entered into the username, LKR200, that is the length of that string I'm considering here. I'm passing into the temporary register 1. Right. Similarly, for all the in the registration, all the usernames, 10, 20, 30, and 40 startings, I'm taking the length of each and every username and passing it to 2, 3, 4, and 5 respectively. So initially, I'm just comparing whether any of the lengths of which I've entered in LKR200 is matching with any of the usernames in the registration page or not. Right. So that's why I'm using OR condition. So 1 I'm matching with 2, 1 I'm matching with 3, 4, and 5 respectively. If any one of these is true, then it will pass on. Then it will pass on to the next level. Otherwise, if the first statement itself is wrong, so it will move on to the else, where I'm passing 2. That means wrong username. Okay, username is incorrect. That means LDR3 will display the second message. Moving on, if any of the lengths are matching, so now the next step is I have to match each and every username with the value which I entered in LKR. So here str instruction actually represents, I'll show you in Excel format here. When str happens, so LKR 200 is matching with LKR 10. Similarly, LKR 200 is matching with LKR 20. LKR 200 is matching with LKR 30. Respectively, it continuously goes on. So str represents, so each and every ASCII which you entered here will match with the source one. Let us say this is source and this is destination. Okay, otherwise this is destination, this is source. So destination device, that is 200, is matching with the source device, and it will throw the value of the location of the first statement. Let's say ABCD. Let us just consider in 200 we have entered LKR 200, we have entered ABCD. So ABCD is present in LKR 10. Yes or no? Yes, ABCD is present, but where exactly it is starting from? ABCD, it is starting from 0. So A is matching with A, B is matching with B, C is matching with C, and D is matching with D. So starting location of A in LKR is A, 0. So it will throw 0. Let us say in LKR 200 I have entered X ABCD, and LKR 10 is ABCD. Now X is not present. That's totally wrong, right? So I'll just modify this. Instead of ABCD, I'll write here, if LKR 10 is having X ABCD, and in LKR 200 in username login credentials I have entered ABCD. So this actually represents, this is definitely present in X ABCD, but this is present at location number 1. So it's starting from A. After X, it starts from A over here. So ABCD is matching with this, but the starting location is 1. So it will throw back 1. So next condition, ABCDE is matching with ABCDE. It's perfectly fine. A is A, matching, everything is matching. And A is starting from the first location itself, ABCD is starting. So 0. Well, here only in this condition, LDR 300 will get a value of 1 because ABCD starting location is from first in LKR 10. Next, we have to check the lengths as well. ABCD is matching with ABCDs? No, it's different length. ABCD is matching with XABCD. Maybe I'll just enter E over here. Well, yeah, it will definitely match, but the starting location is 1. So length is same, but location is different, starting location. Here I am just checking, length is same, starting location is same, 0th location of ABCDE, and the lengths are also same. So these two conditions should match for the next process. So what I'm considering here, I'm taking the str, okay, this one, and the length as well. Length already we have considered here. I'm matching 1 with 2. That means 1 with 2. So this should be an AND condition. Once this AND condition is passed on, then it will move on to the next criteria, that is password. In the password also, we have to check the same thing. LDR1. Here I'm just checking LDR1 instead of 301. I'm just checking another register to compare for the password. For the password, 215 is compared with 15. Why 15? Because in registration page, once I am through the first username, the first username's password is starting register is 15. Second username's password is 25, 35, and 45 respectively. So you can see it here, 25, 35, and 45 respectively. So I'm comparing 215 register with 15. So similarly, what I explained here in this Excel, the same format will be applied here. str, I'll just compare whether it is matching or not. The starting location, if it throws 0, then it's fine. Again, I need to check the length of the password. That means 1. I'm considering the same internal temporary register here instead of going with multiple ones. Then 3, I'm taking a different register. I'm taking the lengths of 215 and 15, checking both the condition true or not. If both are fine, then it is okay. If it is not fine, it will throw 4 into 3 LDR3. So LDR3 4 means user password is not successful, is incorrect. If it is fine, then LKR1 is moved, the value of LKR1 is moved to LDR2, that is the final value what we are considering here. Okay, then LDR3 I'm passing 1, that is login is successful. So the same conditions and everything is passed on from one after the other. If this is false, LDR300 is false, LDR301 is true, then this will pass on here. Okay, and it will check for the condition once again, 1 with 3, lengths 1 with 3. Next condition is 1 with 4, the next condition is 1 with 5 respectively. So this is how this script has been written. If there are multiple username and password, we just need to copy paste this specific code and we need to change the values of the conditions, right? So anyhow, we have already seen the examples over here, how initially the registrations and everything, levels and all, right? Now coming to the levels, in the level what I've done, I took multiple button option. One operation I'm doing switching to screen number 1, the other operation I'm making LDR2 to 0. That means I'm making level as 0. In level 1 button, in the trigger condition I made, if it is 1, then only this button should be operated. Well, there are few conditions. Let's say if anyone has entered a security level more than 1 or maybe more than 2, so in that case this for example I have considered 1 equal to 1. Otherwise we can even take greater than or equal to 1, and also we can also consider less than or equal to 15. So now this button will be operated whenever there is a level that is LDR2 is in between 1 and 15. Okay, let's say I am giving a different level to it. Maybe it has to operate only between 6 and 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 it should not operate. Okay, so these conditions can be created by ourselves. So yes, this is the end of the video, the solution. So if you have any other specific requirement which we have to create a video, or maybe we can support on that, you can definitely contact the local iTech support team or technical support team or sales team, so they can get back to us. Maybe we can give the sample project to you, or maybe we can create a small video solution just like this, and we can come some help to you. Thank you very much, and see you in the next session.